So today we're going to be creating this sea of boxes, you could say. Alright, all you want to do, open up Blender, push A, just delete everything. Then we're going to push Control A, chuck in a plane. We're going to hit S, and then we're going to type in 20, scale it by 20. Now we're going to push Tab, right click on the plane, we're going to subdivide it again, one more. Okay. Hit Tab. We're going to push Shift A. We're going to chuck in a box. That's scale it on the Z axis by hitting Z. I'm just going to bring that up a bit. So we're going to select the box and then Shift select the plane. We're going to push Control P to parent, then hit Object. Okay. As you can see, the parent now. We're going to go over to the Objects tab, and then we're going to go to Instancing Vertices. So that will place a box on every vertice that we created earlier. Right. So now if we just open this up and then hit the box, so only the box is selected, then we're going to hit S to scale, and then we're going to bring that up a little bit, just so there's not too much gaps. And then we're just going to close it up again, and then close this off, and then create a new. We're going to create a new collection. So we're just going to turn that one off. Alright, so then we're going to put in the curves, we're going to put a circle. And then we're also going to put a empty and then plane axis. We're going to select the plane axis, go down to the object constraints, then go to follow path. Now, we're going to animate this going around this circle to control the animation. So, go up into Edit, and then Preferences. Then under Animation, we're going to go to make sure that it's linear instead of Bezier, so that way it's a continuous frame rate. Right, so now we're going to make this follow this, so in the target we're going to go to Bezier, and that should snap it to the Bezier circle. So we're going to go for frame 1, and then we're going to right click, insert a keyframe, then we're going to go to the very end frame, plus one more, and then we're going to type in 100 offset, then we're going to insert a keyframe under that as well. And what this should do is create a seamless loop, which is going to control the animation. Alright, so now all we need to do, turn this back on, open this up, we're going to hit the plane, and then we're going to chuck in under the modifiers a displacement. Let's hit new, then let's hit this thing here, and then let's hit cloud. Okay, now it's kind of what we want, but it's a bit too much. So now let's take the depth, let's type in 0, and the strength, the size, let's type in 2. Maybe that does look cool, but maybe let's go 0.25. And then let's come over to the modifiers, and then under strength, let's go 0.3. And that's going to bring it right down. Now, under where it says local, we want it to say object, and then the object is going to be the empty. Now, that's kind of what we want, but we want that slowed right down. Alright, so let's go back to the texture, and let's just bring this back up to 2. And then that should slow it right down. Now, yeah, you can obviously play with this and put it how fast you want. Okay. So now back in the instance setting, where it says display instancer, we're going to unclick that, and then render instancer, we're going to unclick that. So that way we don't get any of that stuff underneath. Alright, so let's push Shift A, let's put a camera in, and let's just position the scene how we like it. Then let's hit Control Alt 0 to snap it to view. I might just adjust that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Right, so now let's tackle the material. So I'm going to go up to shading. Then we want to isolate the box. Let's hit new. We're going to chuck in a shader to RGB and then a color ramp. So now select one of these adjustments and just minus it, and so you just have the one, and then pick a color you like. So I'm going to go with like a pastel purple. You pick whatever you like. Pinky purple. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, so we're nearly done. So what that's going to do is get rid of any shadows, so it gives it more of a 2D look. So if we go under the render tab, you just see absolutely nothing, which is kind of what we want. And then all you need to do from here is just go camera and down to freestyle, and that's going to apply a black edge to all the edges after rendering. So if we just hit F12, let's bring this up a little bit. So that's going to give us all these boxes with no shading and these black lines. Alright, so if there's any other way you could have done that, can you leave it in the comments below? Please like and subscribe if you found that helpful.